In this video, we're going to learn a new kind of loop. Before we have been using the while loop, this new kind of loop is called the for loop. So as the name implies, it starts with for. So I'll give you one example of one. So for I in range 10. Okay, so what's happening here? So it starts with the word for. That's how we know it's a for loop. This is a variable counter. It doesn't have to be I, it could be any variable. I is kind of the standard one that people use, but you could use, whatever you want. You could use X, you could use J, you could use, and it doesn't have to be a single letter, you could use counter. You could use number of, what was the other example that I have? Number of fridges. It could be any variable that you want. But typically people will use I as a convention. Okay, in, so that word is always there, always has to have in. And then range, bracket, bracket. Okay, and then inside the brackets is where things can change. You can have any number in here. So this is just the number of times that the loop is going to run. So before with the while loop, we had to stop it. This kind of loop stops automatically once you get to that number. Okay, so two things are changing. This thing right here, the second thing, the loop counter, and this thing inside the range. Everything else stays the same for every single for loop. Okay, so what can we do with it? Well, we can do anything we want. It's just a loop. So if we say print hello, in this case, it's going to print it 10 times, run it, and if we count there, we can see that it's 10 times. Okay. We can, like the other loops, like the while loops, we can do all sorts of things inside the loop as long as it is all indented. Print by, as long as they're all indented at the same level of indentation, it's going to do it as part of the loop. Hello, bye, hello, bye, hello, bye, hello, bye, and so on. We can of course change this number. Let's say 3. Right, happens 3 times. Hello, bye, hello, bye, hello, bye. We can change the variable name to number of fridges. And it does the same thing. The thing that you do have to be careful of is that this variable only exists in this loop. So if you have, say, up here, if you have number of fridges equals, say, 10, this number of fridges is different from this number of fridges. So do not expect this to happen 10 times. It's not. Let's run it. Again, it happens 3 times because I have range 3. So that's why customarily we would just typically use I here, or J, or X, or something. Usually I. What we can do if we want to use this number of fridges, though, say that number 10 is really important. We want to say hello, as many to we want to say hello to each one of our fridges. So however many fridges we want, we want to say hello to them. What we can actually do is we can put this in here inside the range. Okay. And if we put it inside the range, then our range is going to be whatever value is in there. So in this case, it's going to be 10. And so if we run it now, we can see it's 10. If we change the variable to something else, we change that variable to 2, we can see that it only runs twice. Okay, so that is very useful that you can put variables in here. You can put anything you want in here as long as it evaluates out to a number of some kind. It will work. If I have a string instead, I don't have 2, but I have 2, string 2, and we run that, we can see that it will give us an error because it wants an integer in there. So that's why you have to put integer and then it's happy again. It works again. All right, so that's it for this lesson. See you in the next one.